Congress in Staten Island and in Brooklyn, and I think you just heard from Mike McMahon. I want to tell you that I have absolute confidence that in November, without question, we are going to have a Democratic congressman from Staten Island and Brooklyn, and I think that's something that we all have to look forward to. I do want to say thank you to the Young Democrats for inviting me here today. I will tell you that it's one of the great organizations, and I'm going to tell you that there's somebody here by the name of Keith Parascandole that can tell you that I do feel that way. I actually hail from the Brooklyn side of the bridge. The bridge actually separates the district of Staten Island and Brooklyn. And I asked Keith earlier this year, having absolutely nothing to do with the campaign. In fact, it was before we were running at the time. If he would come over, I was the president of the American Heritage Democratic Association in Brooklyn. And AHDO, I think, has a mean age of about 70-something. Okay? And what I really like is what I see here. Yet, I'm not aware, okay, of any kind of a group over in the Bay Area, Bensonhurst area, which is really quite steeped in Dems. So I've asked Keith, I said, they give us some help. I still need some help over there, and please do, okay? Very good. I'm running for Congress because I think that I represent your values. I think I represent the values of the people of Staten Island. I'm running a primary because I think I'm the person who's best positioned in order to win this race. Let me tell you why I think I'm in best position to win this race. Number one, I ran this race before. I ran it in the year 2006 when nobody else wanted to run. Basically, I'm the guy that stood up and said, I want to run this race. I'm willing to do it. I was the last man standing, and they said, Steve, go ahead. You go after Vito Fossella. And I did. I went after Vito Fossella, and with an incredible war chest of $130,000, and Vito Fossella having $1.7 million. Actually, he had $1.5 million. With 1 month left to go, he decided that he had to spend another $200,000. So with $1.7 million, we got 43% of the vote. I thought that was really a stunning achievement under the circumstances. It was such a good achievement, in fact, that it was actually the highest number that anybody ever got in the history of this district. Nobody else had come close, with the exception of a fellow that you might remember by the name of Frank Barbaro. Frank was a great guy. I think it's fair to say that it was Frank Barbaro was the fellow that started us on the march toward what happened right now. He got 41% of the vote. But Frank did it at a time when he had the Independence Party. I didn't have the Independence Party. If I had had the Independence Party, it would have added 3 points to the number that I had. And also, I'm going to tell you that as we enter this right now, a fellow by the name of Spitzer, you remember him? Okay? That fellow actually did us a favor, because when he won the governorship, that actually gave us a 2-point kicker on line A. That 2-point kicker means that basically, had I been going against Vito Fossella, had I beaten Vito Fossella, we would have been within striking distance of him, coming in with basically 45, 46, 47% in our pocket. So anybody who tells you that a progressive Democrat, and I am a progressive Democrat, anybody who tells you that a progressive Democrat cannot win this seat is absolutely incorrect. The people who have done best in this particular seat have been progressive Democrats, and another thing they say is you can't win because you're from Brooklyn. Yet the people who have done best in this district have all been progressive Democrats, and all have been from Brooklyn. Who were they? Steve Harrison, Frank Barbaro, and another guy that we have to applaud by the name of Sal Albanese, although he ran a long time ago. Okay? I think Sal had 38. The last time we had a centrist or a conservative Democrat who ran from this district was in the year 2002, and at that time he got 28% of the vote. Incidentally, all of these people were underfunded. Frank actually got the most. I think he had $450,000 in 2004, correct? About $400,000, something like that. And he did extremely well. But my point being that we have every reason to believe that a progressive Democrat can win this. Now, I told you a few minutes ago that without any question in my mind that a Democrat is going to win this. And that Democrat is either going to be Steve Harrison or it's going to be Michael McMahon. I believe it's going to be Steve Harrison. But I will tell you this, that as Democrats, we have an opportunity that race. And the opportunity is, do we want a centrist Democrat or do we want a progressive Democrat? I believe we want a progressive Democrat. And the reason for it is because I believe I share your values. I'll give you examples. I have been against this war since the beginning. I have been actively against this war throughout its entire history, and I'm still against this war. I'm one of the people who is the author of a document called the Responsible Plan to End the War in Iraq. This was put together by progressive Democrats across the entire United States. Are you all familiar with Darcy Berner? She's running in Washington State. Darcy, okay, and myself and 9 other people actually authored that particular plan. You can find it on the website. And it says that we have to get out of Iraq, but it doesn't just leave Iraq alone. What it does is talk about restoring peace in that whole area. It talks about diplomacy with Iran. I believe in diplomacy with Iran. I believe that we have to have higher level diplomacy with Iran. I believe that's an important difference between Mike and I. Okay? I believe that with respect to this war, that we have to take all our troops out. And I believe that that's what we say in the responsible plan. I know that Michael feels that we should leave residual forces there. That's good, but it's not the same thing as a withdrawal. What it really is a drawdown, not a withdrawal of all our troops. I would like to make sure that all the troops come out of there. When it comes to the death penalty, I oppose the death penalty. When it comes to our environment, and I consider the environment to be so important. When it comes to the environment, you have an issue with respect to atomic energy. All right, I don't believe that we should be promoting atomic energy right now. I believe that it's 2 things. Number 1, I feel it's extremely dangerous to the environment. Okay, number 2, I think that it's fooling the American public. What we're telling the American public is that somehow this is going to bring down prices at the gas pump. It won't bring down prices at the gas pump for about 15 to 20 years before we can actually build our first atomic energy plant. All right, I don't believe that we should be drilling offshore. Okay, that's something that I know they've been talking about right now. All right, the reason I don't believe in drilling offshore is, again, that it's a subterfuge. It tells people that that we're going to be bringing down gas at the pumps within a few months or a few years. The truth of the matter is, you're talking 10 to 15 years. The gas companies, gasoline companies themselves tell us that 10 to 15 years before that happens. We have to turn right now. We have to put our resources not into offshore drilling, not into atomic energy. We have to put it into wind power. We have to put it into solar power. We got to put it into geothermal. We have to put it into just a tidal. Tidal's a great thing around here. All of those things have to be done, and they have to be done in a very short period of time. You know, we have Barack Obama, and we have John McCain. But the guy who came up with the best plan on the environment is Al Gore. Okay, and he did it this week. And what Al Gore said in so many words, he's been saying it for a long time. Remember that? What was the movie he put out? Okay, right. And remember there, he said we had 10 years within which to reverse the environmental issue. The problem was that movie was made 2 years ago. Okay, and it's getting shorter every time. And I've been telling people as I walk around here that I long have been saying that we have to put massive resources into a plant that gets us weaned from oil within a 10-year period of time, at least foreign oil, and a minimum we have to get off foreign oil, and hopefully even more, any kind of carbon-based product within a very short period of time. Those are the things that I basically stand for. I know that I have about 15 minutes here, but what I'd rather do is turn it over to questions and listen. Be my guest.